Now the important thing to remember when going through surfaces like this is to always maintain just a little bit of power. Don't step on the brakes because you're gonna sink into the mud. Just a little bit of power to maintain your momentum, and there you go. Okay, let's try that again in 4x2 mode. Let's see what happens. Let's hope I don't get stuck. I'll stop here just to demonstrate. Okay, I'm fully stopped. 4x2 mode. Let's see. Okay, I'm not moving. Let's put it in 4x4 mode. Chinese brands may be disrupting the crossover market right now, but in the realm of pickups, traditional brands are still the majority. The Maxus T60 is one of the few Chinese pickups in this segment. Now, Maxus was originally a British brand until they were bought by SAIC Motors, which is one of the biggest car manufacturers in China. So they're now a Chinese/British brand like MG. The T60 comes in 3 variants, which range between 990,000 pesos to this top-of-the-line 4x4 variant, which sells for 1.3 million pesos. The Maxus T60 is one of the biggest pickups in this segment. It is noticeably bigger than the Navara and also the Strada. When I first saw this in photos, hindi ako masyado impressed, but I have to say it looks a lot better in person. Its size gives it an intimidating presence, and also its boxy design gives it a macho look. So here at the front, it gets this massive chrome grille with these vertical slats over here. It kind of looks like a gaping mouth, and these are the teeth. The headlamps are automatic projector LEDs. It also gets LED DRLs. The turn signals are halogens and also the fog lamps. So underneath, it actually gets some underbody protection. It gets a steel bash plate to protect the oil pan from damage. The Maxus T60 is one of the longest pickups in this segment. So its length is 5,365 millimeters, which is longer than the Ford Ranger. It gets 17-inch wheels wrapped in 245/65 tires. They look a bit small compared to the size of the body. Behind the wheels, it gets disc brakes on all 4 corners. You get some character lines here on the side, and also you get flared fenders. You also get usable roof rails up here. At the back, it gets halogen tail lamps, a very beefy looking chrome bumper. Over here, you have your reverse camera. The tailgate is not assisted, so it's quite heavy. The T60 4x4 comes standard with a bed liner. And this tub right here is one of the biggest in the segment. Under the hood, the T60 gets a 2.8-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine. This produces 148 horsepower and 360 Newton meters of torque. Now, those numbers may not be class leading, but it definitely doesn't feel underpowered. So the engine is coupled to a 6-speed automatic transmission, and this is the 4x4 variant, so the power is sent to all 4 wheels. I would say this interior looks pretty good for the price. It is by no means premium or luxurious, but compared to other pickups in the same price bracket, it's not so bad. You get leather seats. The driver's seat is power adjustable. The passenger seat is manually adjustable. You get a leather wrapped armrest. Also, this is leather wrapped. I wish it came with a leather wrapped steering wheel though, because this is polyurethane. The entire dashboard is made of hard plastic. Hard plastic, hard plastic, hard plastic, hard plastic. It is pretty loaded with tech. You get this enormous 10-inch screen. It doesn't have Android Auto, but it does have Apple CarPlay. And it has a reverse camera with active guidelines, as you can see. You get automatic climate control. You get cruise control. You get a push start button. You have hill descent control over here. You have 2 USB ports over here. Your 12-volt outlet is hidden here. You also got an ashtray over here. The instrument cluster is analog. You get manual folding side mirrors. You get two decently sized cup holders over here, and also one on each aircon vent, which is good for keeping your drinks cool. It's a pretty okay interior for the price, considering that most pickup variants in this price bracket don't even have leather seats yet. This is actually pretty decent. This is actually one of the most spacious second row seats on any pickup that I've been in. You get plenty of legroom. Headroom is also quite okay. They have about 4.5 to 5 inches. You get two aircon vents. You get one 12-volt outlet. You don't get a center armrest though, and you don't get any cup holders. The T60 is not short in the safety department. It's the first Chinese pickup to receive 5 stars in the Australian NCAP back in 2017. It comes with dual airbags. Of course, it has ABS, EBD, brake assist, a reverse camera with parking sensors, and it has a tire pressure monitoring system. Driving the T60 feels like riding an elephant. You do get the feeling that you're in something big and powerful, but like an elephant, it's also a lumbering giant. It's definitely no ballerina. It's not the most agile pickup out there, but it can also be argued that it doesn't really matter. It's a pickup. It rides like a pickup. It's quite a bit bouncy, but it's not excessive. I think the ride is still better than the ride of the Hilux. Also, the torque comes in at a low RPM, so you don't have to rev it out to feel the power. As for fuel consumption, I've had this for over a week now, and the fuel gauge has barely moved. I'm averaging 8 liters per 100 kilometers, which is about this in kpl. So aside from the bragging rights, one of the reasons why you buy a 4x4 vehicle is to take it off-road, whether for leisure or maybe you own a farm, or you go to the province from time to time and they don't have well-paved roads. Having a 4x4 vehicle would definitely help in low traction conditions like this. If you haven't driven off-road yet, I would highly suggest that you try it. It's quite a bit of fun. The key when driving on mud is that you should always try to maintain momentum. Don't step on the brakes, don't stop unless of course you have to. Also, it's a bit like drifting. When you feel your rear tire slipping, you counter steer in that direction, like so. I feel it. I feel the rear tire slipping to my right, so I counter steer right as well. Move at a very slow pace and you'll make it through, as long as you have a 4x4 vehicle. Try bringing a 4x2 here and your chances of getting stuck are very high. Okay, let's try that again in 4x2 mode. Let's see what happens. Let's hope I don't get stuck. Okay, so I'll stop here just to demonstrate. Okay, I'm fully stopped. 4x2 mode. Let's see. Okay, I'm not moving. Let's put it in 4x4 mode. Okay, we're moving now. Overall, I was quite impressed with the Maxus T60. At its price of 1.3 million, it is the most affordable 4x4 automatic pickup that you can buy. But despite the price, it is still quite loaded. You get power leather seats, a decent infotainment screen with a reverse camera, LED lighting, cruise control, and one of the most spacious cabins in this segment. And being a 4x4 vehicle, this will not only pass as a workhorse or a daily family car, this will also pass as a toy for grown-ups, in case you want to take up off-roading as a hobby, which I highly recommend, by the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.